Hi everyone, I'm Christina, growth lead at Hypefy, and with me today is Natasha from Bayersdorf, the brand behind brands such as Nivea and Labella. She's been a user of Hypefy for some years already, so she is kind enough to join me today to discuss influencer marketing and her experience with Hypefy. Welcome, Natasha.
Thank you for a nice introduction. What to say? I'm, as you said, a consumer journey manager in Bayersdorf, in Nivea. What it means, I'm connecting, let's say, all the dots through consumer journey path or funnel from awareness, consideration, purchase, loyalty. And a big part of this, let's say, journey is influencer marketing. And I'm doing this for, as you said, for several years, particularly influencer marketing on several markets. Yes.
That's great. I assume influencer marketing was not always part of your job. So if you give me a bit of insight what your marketing journey has been so far to come to the stage where influencer marketing is just a part of your journey overall.
Of course. Mainly I was brand manager for several brands and a digital manager for last, let's say, 10 years or something like that. And influencer marketing was just added onto my function as a digital manager, and the title changed to consumer journey manager. So I have it all, just adding influencer marketing on several markets.
That's
yes.
Thank you for that historical insight into.
So I know a lot about brand as a brand manager, like a project, let's say, leader for some launches and more on this product side. Mm-hmm. And then I started to be a digital manager for brands in Bayersdorf and as I said, influencer marketing, just adding to this function, let's say digital manager, consumer journey manager.
Yeah, so influencer marketing is something like a part of your overall marketing mix that you use at Bayersdorf. That makes sense. And knowing from your experience and the campaigns that you've run on Hypefy, I know you manage a couple of markets or a lot of the Adriatic region in general, and I'm curious to understand if you notice some patterns in terms of platform preferences across the different markets.
Platforms still, I wouldn't say it's old-fashioned, but still it's emails, calls, meetings, so still it's kind of that kind of platforms. We are using a lot of tools inside of Bayersdorf. Mm-hmm. But in Croatia, in Adriatic, we started, I think, 3 years ago with this tool, Hypefy tool. And we were pioneers in this, let's say, field to use modern tools for influencer marketing.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of social media channels, I mean, Hypefy currently works with TikTok and Instagram influencers primarily. So do you see any patterns there in terms of preferences of audiences, which channels they lean more towards to?
Okay, yes. We are beauty industry, and we started with social media, Facebook and Instagram. Trends are more in favor of Instagram, and last 2 or 3 years, mainly 2 years, we started heavily with TikTok, especially this year. So TikTok is more, let's say, authentic, more young-oriented, and we are using TikTok, I wouldn't say mainly, but I would say as addition to Instagram, YouTube, and other, of course, channels we are using in this digital mix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. Definitely, TikTok is more raw than, let's say, compared to Instagram.
Yes.
But we also have Reels right now, so yeah, a lot of stuff emerging. I mean, particularly with beauty. Beauty is such, like beauty and cosmetics is such a visual thing, and so it fits really nicely with visual media such as social media, Instagram, TikTok. And even comparing to other industries, I think there's a lot more beauty influencers out there in the market. So how do you think as a brand, or let's say the representative of the brands that you manage, how do you think about finding those influencers that would be a good fit for doing a partnership with?
That's a very good question, because beauty is changed a lot. What beautiful means, what kind of visuals we are using. Beiersdorf is very strict about this guidance and rules. We still have in influencer marketing very strict rules, do's and don'ts, and some color preferences, things like that. But still, with a platform like Hypefy as well, we are getting possibilities to test some other, let's say, beauty approaches. So I remember some campaigns where we use some different models or different approaches in this beauty visuals, and it was quite successful, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Sometimes you don't even know what's going to work until you see the market actually tell you.
That's why I'm really super happy that we can, via Hypefy tool, we can get this optimum mix of this beauty influencers, and not just beauty influencers, and some other, let's say, faces, and that's really working very, very well.
Yeah, that's good to hear, because also in a lot of other cases and campaigns we see sometimes, I mean, the audience of the creators is the thing that matters the most, and sometimes looking just at the profile, you don't actually know what's going to resonate with their audience.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just have to put the content out there and see how everyone responds.
Yes, it's you need to test. You need to test, and you need to be sure that you're. It's a process. We learned a lot about how to correct this, to correct some video or some content. It's not anymore. We are not anymore so strict. And we have this wider perspective. What is beautiful, what is not, what is no-go, but still we are testing and we are learning, and the market is changing, of course. So we are much more experienced now with choosing, let's say, the right influencer, and it's very good to have this kind of tool where we don't have to really choose one by one. We could just get a list and perfect mix of influencer that we got the perfect, let's say, result for particular launch.
It's more like a matchmaking service than,
yes, it's a matchmaking. Yes,
like a search and discovery. I mean, even going back to our conversation that we just had behind the cameras, it's always like us as marketers, you don't really, even if you had, I don't know, tens of thousands of people in your marketing department, or even your influencer marketing department, there's no way you can connect with all the audiences that you should be targeting. So you just have to sort of let it go, test, repeat, iterate.
It's hard to let it go. It's hard to let it go internally, let's say. You're not sure if you approve something what is maybe a little bit edgy.
Especially with a brand like
especially with a brand, this beauty brand of Nivea. If somebody is I don't know, with long nails or something like that, maybe something like extreme for the brand. And at the beginning it wasn't easy to approve content like that, but during the time we are getting more confident that tool is proposed really good match with our brand.
Yeah, and I know this is a really important thing for Nivea, for example, and other brands as well. Brand safety and quality control is really important. I mean, that's why we have, you know, the chat feature, approvals, asking for changes, and we're also adding these AI features to give you a faster way and, let's say, give you more confidence in the content that you're reviewing, that it matches the brief that you actually specified, and maybe call out some of those things that could otherwise pass you by without you noticing, just so you can feel that sense of safety, that the content that goes out will actually be according to your, let's say, brand guidelines, principles that you want to maintain.
Yes. I'm glad that you mentioned this new feature, this chat AI suggestion, how to make things better. At the beginning, I really love this feature, this chat feature, where I can put, please change this color, or put Nivea with big letters, or please read the brief again, maybe it could be better. And with this AI, let's say, chat and suggestion, it's hidden from influencers. I could easily be polite and in some positive way, and I don't need to start from scratch. I could suggest some changes. So it's a very good tool, and I'm looking forward to even some other nice features you are preparing.
Yeah, this is definitely just early days. So we've just started out with it. But we're very excited, and even, currently it's not visible to the creator side, but we're looking to, add features for them to see it, to get immediate suggestions. Hey, maybe this is not according to the brief, for them to be actually able to, re-upload the content for evaluation even before you maybe see it. So, stuff like that is something that we're thinking a lot about, and we hope to make the journey even better for brands and creators.
It saves a lot of time.
Yeah.
Tool in general, saving time a lot for coordination, emails, phone calls, things like that. So it's really saving times, and make my work day or my working hours much easier to handle. Yeah.
That's great to hear. Let me just question you a bit about your time before using Hypefy or any of the other tools for influencer marketing. What were your biggest pain points before, let's say, using any additional tools to run your campaigns?
Choosing influencers, it takes a lot of time. I used to go into the office and ask my colleagues, do you know this, do you know this? I opened Instagram or TikTok, and it was very painful, because something what I like, it doesn't mean that somebody else is liked or followed. So I wasn't sure if agency is suggesting me the optimum or the best influencers we could get. It doesn't mean that they didn't propose the good one, but I wasn't sure if this is the right mix of influencers, let's say. So that I hated because I needed to, to send it again. Please change this for somebody else. Then they suggest somebody else. Then I said, oh, maybe I don't like this one. Or they said, for this lady, it's not good for this brand. So it was really a lot of work. And I wasn't confident, even if I approved, that would be, let's say, the best way. And sometimes I felt that we need to choose every time the same influencers if we want to have, let's say, this safe Nivea brand beauty presentation, let's say. And time consuming, and we start with other markets, with the region. I don't know nobody in Slovenia that well, or in Bosnia, or my colleague in Serbia as well. So we are acting as an Adriatic team. So it's very hard, even for Croatia. I live in here, and I can ask even my daughters or my colleagues, but still it's not, or agency of course, but it's not. It's time consuming. It's time consuming, and this coordination time. It's really painful process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. And I mean, even if you choose the influencers that you want to work with, that's just the beginning of the process.
Yeah, that's
then
right.
You have to arrange the contracts, pricing negotiations, timing, And especially if you want to scale your operations, if you have to do that all from the start, every time you run a campaign, that's a huge load of work. Which
yes, I cannot imagine to go back in this. In this
we heard
process.
of some marketers that managed to do it all on their own, but they're since long gone. Yeah. So in terms of reporting from those days as well, how are you tracking the performance of your campaigns?
We're tracking few KPIs like impressions, reach, this CPM, CPA, this engagement rate. So some, I wouldn't say basic, but yes, 4 or 5 KPIs we measured. So that was mainly, I wouldn't say fully manually, but before we were getting this report from Excel file or in form of presentation. And at the end we needed to, let's say, copy, paste to some Excel on SharePoint, something like that.
So still a lot of manual work back and forth, sharing those.
Yes, for me and for agency, of course. So they need a lot of time for a campaign to put it from the beginning to reporting. So it takes time to collect all data.
Yeah. Especially when there's a lot of people involved, there's always going to be a lot of...
And especially if we are doing some, let's say, massive sampling, or like seeding or PR, there is no better way before to collect all the data, or you need to manually, let's say, screenshot or ask influencer to send you statistics, something like that. So it takes a lot of time. It's really, I cannot imagine anymore that we are doing this.
Stone Age.
Yes, if we are sending 200 pieces of some nice package or new product launch. So it's really, with Hypefy, it's really like a lifeline to me. Yeah.
That's great to hear. So actually on that topic, how did you finally decide to try out Hypefy?
It was quite easy. We just set up a team call and we decided to start a testing campaign. It was for Nivea Soft three years ago. We invested some amount of money. It wasn't a big campaign. So we decided to try, and I wanted to handle by myself. So I send or prepare a brief with the agency for Nivea Soft. We send it or upload it to the platform, and I waited for content to come. I think we had 15 influencers for this campaign, so it's a kind of small or mid campaign. So we didn't ask for expensive ones. I think we had 1 or 2. We got from the tool, we got a list of influencers, and I think we choose the first 15, let's say first 15, we send the product to them, and they got automatically brief in the mobile via platform, and they put content on the platform. I get a notification that everything is there. It wasn't on one day, so it was a process of, let's say, few days, or I would say 1 week. I corrected in a chat, like WhatsApp chat, something like that. At some point, I started to write down Aunt Nivea, like thank
like
you.
Pseudonym.
Yes, like a surname. So I was getting a little bit of fun in this process. I wouldn't say for the first time at work, because I really love my job, love this consumer journey. How I call it, like štrikanje. So connecting all the dots. So I all the time making this like an old lady in front of, but not in front of a nice fireplace. So it was quite nice change for me that we finished the whole process, I think, in 3 or 3.5 weeks from the brief and a content approval. And after, let's say, consulting the whole team, we decided that we will spend some amount of money from influencer marketing to Hypefy tool and this model.
So that was 3 years ago, and here we are today.
Yes.
Let me go, let's say, fast forward a bit to one of your recent campaigns. I think it was the Luminous anti-spot campaign.
Yes.
The whole campaign was in itself a good performance. It was over 700,000 reach, and I think it was around €200 per reach per euro invested. But there was a specific piece of content from Ella where she talked about her mother's 50-year-old skin using Hypefy, sorry, not Hypefy, Nivea, which really took off. I think only her piece of content was almost like 50% of the whole campaign reach. Mm-hmm. And this is something that we do not, we actually see quite often in the campaigns, especially if there's a bigger number of content being published, that 1 or 2 pieces go, let's say, viral. Mm-hmm. So how do you think about those pieces of content? How do you identify them and maybe think about those breakout performances in your campaigns?
I think it's great. We really, I find this pattern, you explain it. If you have many influencers, I didn't know for Ella, for example. I didn't know for Ella. I wouldn't say I never chose Ella. I didn't know her, and I trusted this tool and this suggestion, especially when we have this mother and daughter, because Nivea is a still family brand in a way, in image, and especially young people love this nostalgic sense of, and this emotion Nivea is giving them somehow. And what I wanted to say, I forgot, sorry, about this results. Yes, that's the best part of Hypefy tool, when they suggest, let's say, 15 pieces, smaller influencers. So tool is it's better working with these smaller influencers, because you got really, let's say, diversity in one suggestion. And you got, for example, Ella. Ella is not a very small influencer, but let's say mid influencer, or maybe bigger one, I don't know now. Yeah. With us, maybe her numbers are much bigger. So you got Ella, and you got, let's say, 10 others. And I wouldn't say very often, not all the time, but very often, we got this viral video with Hypefy campaigns. And I think that I don't remember, we always asking for 3 best performer after a campaign. And we have some rules inside of Beiersdorf. We have some yearly collaborations, and we are doing this with our agency. We are working, and with Hypefy. I would say in every campaign, in best performing is one influencer suggested from this tool. So I would say it's really working. That this combination of, let's say, famous or more bigger influencers, these family influencers we are working with the whole year, and some new, fresh, let's say, fresh faces, and it's always really pays off. Yeah. It's always in best performing top 3, let's say. Yeah. And on some export market, we are only doing this with Hypefy tool as well. And it's really also working very well. And I know that all the time I'm quite surprised, because I don't know this market so well. Yeah. It's always some viral video. So I'm quite satisfied with this, and also my team.
Yeah, that's what we always suggest is having a good mix of small, micro, nano, and bigger influencers, because with bigger influencers you get reach, with smaller ones you get engagement, so it all basically boils down to what kind of campaign you want to run.
That's true.
Yeah. And you noted down on nostalgia, and I feel like your Disney collab for Labella was also very nostalgic.
Yes.
And in that campaign, one of the I think it was Sophia's content. It also produced like in percentage a big piece of the campaign. But what was crazy to me is that it had huge engagement. It was 37%, and the whole campaign was like over 10%.
Yes.
How do you, like, even maybe after that content or before that content, how do you find those content strategies that would produce such authentic pieces of content that will resonate with the audience?
Labello is a brand which really engage consumers. It's sometimes it's product itself. It's also very inspirational. And for Labello, I think that we fully put budget on Hypefy this mix, and because I knew that you will find the best combination, and I was surprised because of this engagement rate. It was really very nice to see how people love the brand, love the influencer and her content. It was really fun. And in this kind of campaign, this humor, this colors, product itself, it's really working best. This kind of interesting products with influencers, I could say it's a rule. You don't need to use any other platform or any other, let's say, strategies.
Have a good product and leave the creativity to creators hope for the best, and the best will come out of it. That makes sense.
We all love this kind of campaigns, this.
You never know. You're always surprised what comes out of it.
And budget wasn't so huge for this campaign. Wasn't so huge, and the results were like we invested thousands of 10,000, more than thousands of euros. I think it was. Never mind, but it wasn't huge budget. It wasn't huge budget. Yes.
Now that you've come to the budget side, let's say, to talk about performance and performance measurement, like your campaigns, at least the recent ones, range somewhere between like 4 to 20 CPM. How do you, especially you, because you're part of that consumer journey team, and you look at the whole portfolio, how do you think about influencer marketing as a digital channel for your brands? As part of that mix?
It's the channel, I would say, especially on the markets like smaller markets. I wouldn't say bigger or smaller, but it's really important that you be close to the market and to be more authentic, especially if you are running global campaigns, global brand. We just tested global, let's say, ads and influencer ads in digital, let's say, campaign, classical, let's call it classical campaigns, YouTube, Meta. And we put also some influencer materials on these channels, and we really got much better results, click-through rate, and we really see the difference. So sometimes we switch these ads with influencer ads, influencer content. So it's really, it is showing you that this channel or this tool or influencers as such is really the channel today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So the channel, and I mean, we've all read those studies probably where people trust other people more than brands or any other methods of marketing, which completely makes sense.
Yes, I always, before I always told, oh, my friends, they are using Nivea because of me. They all want to, you know, this new product, so I'm influencing the people. So people trust people, not the ads. And this is a good, let's say, good feeling for our for marketeers to know that we are putting our money on the right let's say, in the right bucket.
Absolutely, and exactly now that you come to it, when you say putting your money and, you know, feeling like it's being put in a good place. One of the features that we have in the report is this list out of how many fake accounts, fake followers have been flagged from your calculations. Like, do you look at that? And if you do, does it feel like, I mean, usually brands mention that it gives them a sense of like more confidence in investing in the channel because they know the money is being put to a good use and reaching the right audiences.
I didn't know that I should look at before to look at all that, but with this tool I could be, let's say, sure that we are putting money on the right influencer, because I don't want to put money on influencer who is have fake followers, or they got lots of followers from America. So it's good to be sure that we are putting that tool is suggesting influencers with proper, let's say, proposition. It's this market, yes. And I can mention one good example. Maybe it's connected with this question. We had this campaign in Slovenia for Nivea Soft, and how this influenced at the end market share. So it was really good feeling that with this campaign, with this we added in this classical, let's say, influencer campaign, where we had, let's say, 6 influencers, for example, not too much. We add a seeding campaign, so like 50 packages, and we send 1 packages to the influencer we worked with, and we got this viral video, and the market share went up.
Oh, wow.
And yes, I was very proud of this, let's say, move. It wasn't planned, let's say, at the beginning, but we just said, okay, let's do it, because 6 influencers are not too much. And to send just Nivea Soft, maybe it's not very inspirational. So we put a nice bag, let's say, a retro bag, something like, again, nostalgic or retro. And it was really, really cool. And I remember that we grew in market share as well, and we didn't do anything else beside
so you knew
that.
It was
so
attributed to
maybe
that,
it wasn't, but I asked also sales, and I knew that on digital we didn't do a lot in this month specifically, and it really pays off.
Okay, that's really cool. It's not often that you can see those results, plus then attribute them specifically to a campaign.
Yes, it's not often, but I think that tool could also measure this purchase. If you have a web shop, then it's much easier.
Yes,
then it's easier, and I think it's worth to test influencers as well. But it doesn't work only as one campaign, and then you are not doing anything. So it's always about continuity, or how to say, to be present all the time.
Especially with influencer marketing is a special channel, because we sometimes get brands who are maybe more price sensitive or starting out, and in those cases we definitely more suggest to start with paid ads, something like that, especially if you have a web shop or something like that. To start out with something that you can attribute immediately ROI to, because they are very, as I said, sensitive to it. But if you want to start out with influencer marketing, definitely you should plan out that you do it at least, you know, a couple of times a year, and ideally every month or two or more, depending on the size of your brand, because it's something that just keeps you in the thought of your audience.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, definitely that.
It's better to start with a smaller campaign and to have it every month. Then you have a big campaign just once and never again.
Yeah,
yes,
do a boom and definitely, absolutely. Now, I wanted to ask you, with Beiersdorf and Nivea and Labello being such huge brands, I know looking at your briefs, you always have very specific requirements. From certain lighting perspectives to hashtag strategies. Your campaigns are always well thought out, and I mean, particularly for us, let's say our philosophy on how the tool is built is everything starts with the brief.
Yeah.
And the first thing you see when you sign up to Hypefy, what you see is the AI campaign builder. The campaign builder, now it's the AI campaign builder, which is basically like a tool to help you craft your brief in a way that will help you later on throughout the whole campaign. How have you felt that this has adapted to your needs, especially because they're so specific? And how do you use it in general?
This AI tool or
the campaign builder, building out the brief within Hypefy.
Should I say that? Of course, very, very welcome. Of course, it's time saving. So briefs are sometimes, in our case, very detailed, and we have some, let's say, many details, and it's hard even for influencers and for me sometimes to, let's say, understand or to how to say, incorporate. You have some
all of that,
and you have a lot of suggestions. You can do this and this and this. So with this option and with the tool, we could really be more specific, and everybody could get the perfect, let's say, brief for them to get what is perfectly fit with the influencer profile, let's say, and public fans who are following them.
Yeah, and having a great detailed brief is definitely great, but also, as you said, a lot of the times, I mean, you cannot expect everyone to follow it word by word, and this is exactly why we're building features like the content review, and we're planning also to add stuff for influencers for the, let's say, for the brief maybe to be more personalized to them, meaning it's still the same brief, but they get specific ideas on how they could take advantage of different ideas, how to comply with the brief, but still do some new creative stuff. Yeah, so that's definitely really important. Now, before we close off the conversation, I want to do a couple of 3 questions, a quick fire round, just to understand your thoughts on the industry. Let me start first with what beauty content trends do you see are emerging that work maybe across the markets that you manage?
Beauty trend? I wouldn't say be authentic. It's really, everybody is saying that, but still it is. This beauty trend, I think beautiful skin is new status, how to say, status, yes, like a symbol, like you have a nice, very expensive bag or a good car.
Yeah, so you're taking care of yourself.
Yes, you're taking care of yourself. So this is definitely beauty brand #1, to have beautiful, healthy skin. So
okay. That's a good one.
And Nivea could help. Yes.
Absolutely, agree. Then the second one is you manage multiple markets, multiple brands, and even product lines within the brands themselves. So some of your product lines speak to various audiences. So you're targeting maybe more family-oriented audiences for your sun protection campaigns. Then you have more mature audiences for the Q10 product lines. And with Labello, it's like a combination between nostalgic and also maybe more younger audiences.
Very good.
So how do you think of those content strategies that you want to implement with such a wide range of products that you manage?
It's hard, but it's not impossible. Sometimes, yes.
Give us your secret sauce.
Yeah. It's a beauty of this, let's say, job, because you have some briefs. You are making, of course, very differently for these kind of products, but the audience is different and sometimes is unexpected. That's the, I would say, beauty in that. I'm not sure if I answered the question, but we can say it's hard, but it's possible.
It's hard work.
It's hard work, but it's possible. For me, it's something normal. So you have different product, different targets, but still, it's kind of.
So thinking about what you're like trying to speak in your audience's voice, but at the same time combining it with the whole brand.
Yes,
that it makes sense.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds very easy to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the beauty is that we just need to make a nice brief, and everybody could be inspired. And we got so many different contents, and sometimes we briefed, for example, young audience, and we got, let's say, grandma in the video, and something like that. But it's still very cool for this audience. So. Yeah, it should be this twist, this hook, of course. We forget to mention hook.
Yeah, hook is the most important part. Yes. The last one is, if you would go back 4 years ago when you started doing influencer marketing, what advice would you give to your younger self about doing influencer marketing campaigns? And maybe for those who are now either brands or agencies thinking about utilizing a tool to help them out with that, what should they be looking for?
Don't be afraid to test it. Don't be afraid to test it. Just start, because 4 years ago, some, let's say, rules in influencer marketing, now it's not working anymore. So it's changing all the time. So just be open for some new, let's say, trends. Trust the process, trust the tool. And maybe I would say to my younger version to be more brave, because I wasn't sure if I'm doing the right things and I'm proving the right content. It's easy inside of organization to be brave, because some of the people doesn't maybe even follow the influencers, or they don't have maybe TikTok. And for brand like Nivea, it's hard to let it go. In a way, to be more brave, let's say, especially for Labello or for Nivea Soft, or that's, I would say, to my younger, to be more brave that I'm doing the good thing.
Yeah. Since this is a new channel and probably a lot of brands are in a similar position, I think this is going to resonate with a lot of marketers who are in a similar.
It's easy for me to explain, for example, to you or to influencer, but sometimes I'm in a position to explain to the board or internally, and not everybody is really, and it's normal that they don't know everything about influencer marketing and some, let's say, trends. And sometimes the brand is not put in the way they think it should be. And yes, that's still challenging, but it's less challenging than 4 years ago.
Okay, thank you so much for that.
Thank you for
that has
inviting
been
me.
it. I just want to ask you a couple more questions for the closing, let's say. What's next for Nivea or in general Beiersdorf in influencer marketing? Should we look forward to some big launches?
Oh, of course, always. We are preparing a lot of new launches, and I would say even more investing in influencer marketing. Yeah, and we started this year with this seeding campaigns, so more regularly, so sending a PR package to many influencers. So it's not new on the market, but we started due to capacity reasons. We couldn't manage it by ourselves, but with the Hypefy tool or tools like that, we could, let's say, much easier follow and getting results. And so that's maybe next step, not future in 3 years ago, but 3 years ahead. But in next year, for next year, I see this as a
the next
yes.
Yeah.
And I mentioned, maybe I didn't mention this, when we are preparing some events. It's a great tool that we make a list of influencers we are inviting, and it's easily to send invitation and to know immediately you are coming or not coming. So it's easier to handle the whole crew, let's say.
Yeah, especially I guess if you also want to get some kind of content out of the event as well, it's easy to then upload it to the tool later on, prove it's easy.
We don't need to ask every influencer, could you please, can you send me the results, can you upload, can you, so it's easier to have everything on one place, I would say.
That's great.
That's really amazing. And still lots of brands doesn't know that.
Yeah, definitely. Probably if you don't come by it, discover it, you don't really know that something like that can exist. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Can you just tell the audience where they can follow your journey or Nivea's journey in influencer marketing online? Online,
yes. You can visit Nivea website. Yes, we have a local websites and Nivea TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
follow along.
YouTube.
You'll see a lot of Hypefy videos as well.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Natasha, for joining me today. This has been really great to have this conversation with you and see your perspective from a brand's perspective that uses Hypefy.
Thank you, Kika.
And for the audience, that has been it for today. Thank you for tuning in. We hope that you check out Hypefy. Feel free to do so at hypefy.ai and learn more. If you want to start out or even scale your influencer marketing similar to how Nivea did and Beiersdorf did in general, I think it's a great way to start. Reach your audiences, millions of them, in an authentic way, and scale your content.